So I better grab my cards really quick, just in case I decided to do a reading. I think I'm just gonna talk. Be right back. Hey, I'm gonna go grab my cards. I was just gonna like talk and like whatever, but I'm gonna grab my cards just in case. Oh, okay. Yeah, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, been dealing with like some heartbreak, and I was just gonna talk about it, but like I might actually pull some cards. I don't know. But I was told you need a friend to cry to. You need a trusted friend or family member or a therapist. And I'm like, I don't trust any of my family. I don't trust any. I really don't consider anybody a friend. And I sure as fuck ain't gonna pay a fucking therapist to tell me what I can fucking tell myself. So fuck off. So I came to you guys, and I don't care. Like I'll cry on camera. No one can judge me but God. And the ones that put me in this state of mind or this heartbreak, they they're cowards. They're probably I'm probably at least one of them I'm talking to right now. You know, how can you go and do the kind of things to somebody that have been done to me, and then just hide behind a fucking camera or whatever and laugh and I just don't. I just do not understand that kind of heart, that kind of mentality at all. Like how you can really maliciously go and hurt somebody, tell them you're in love with them, tell them you want to be with them, and then do all this bullshit behind their back simply to break their heart, and then laugh and fucking live it up with their family and their fucking friends. Like, where are these people from? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like how anyone could like be okay with themselves at like doing that shit. Feel free to comment, chime in anytime. um, oh, hi, Ms. Hi, all you guys. Actually, thank you for being here. Yeah, but haters or not, I mean, I can fucking hate, but damn, I'll do it to your face. Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen my videos where I'm telling bitches smell like pussy. Like that bitch knows who she knows who she is. She knows I'm talking about her. But I mean, I'll say this shit to your face. It's like it's one thing to like have words or even get in a boxing match, but fucking let bygones be bygones afterwards. And fuck, if you want, you need a fucking coat in the middle of winter or something to eat. I mean, what is so hard about giving that person a coat or something to eat? Like, why hold on to fucking grudges? That just don't make no sense to me. We're all human beings. All of our shit stinks. You know, we all put on one leg at a time, our jeans on one leg at a time. It just doesn't. No one's better than anyone else. Capricorn. I'm actually a double cap. And an Aries moon. So my top four placements are pretty they definitely I don't know if I'd say fans, but they definitely are publicists. They definitely help get your shit out there. I definitely have to give them credit for that. And thanks to my haters, I got a lot of publicity. I think it's because half my subscribers are like people watching for the haters. Hey, I don't care what you watch, as long as you watch. Well, I mean, do any of us really have lives after COVID? I really need to get another tripod. If anybody wants like a reading, I could really use the money. I think certain people are supposed to knock certain ones down in order for them to continue to go. Yeah, well, I'm fucking tired of getting knocked down. Can I just get a little bit more over the hump before I get knocked down again? Shit, I've been knocked down my whole life. I'm just getting up and getting up and getting up. But like getting like that close and then getting knocked down again. Oh yeah, definitely. I'm ready. It's like that's one of the things I hate about the haters is I had a pretty good clientele going for a while, and well, when my ex stole my phone and they got into my other account, that chased away all my clientele. I have like one person like that still comes to me for readings. I know, it's just that process is so damn long. But you know what though? Sometimes things have to fall apart in order to come back together more stronger and more beautiful than they were to begin with. So, just never have been a patient person, and this process has tested my patience time and time again. It's like just when I think it's I can't take one more thing. Uh, Super duper. I haven't heard that forever. It's like for real. I've been going well. I spiritual awakening started in. I'm sorry guys, it feels so gross, but it started in 2018, and yeah, I've been progressing since then. I went through my dark night. Well, my first dark night of the soul, because I'm going to say this right here. This last 9 months has been my second dark night of the soul, and there's two people that are better be praying and praising God that God's got a hold on me, and I am not who I was 5 years ago. Because those two people might not still be breathing after what they put me through in the last 9 months. And I hate to sound like homicidal, but I am actually really impressed with myself that I was able to turn the other cheek on the shit that they did to me. Right on. I've been doing that, and I honestly like. I am. I'm actually really proud of myself. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. 6 years ago, I mean, I was smoking crack, smoking meth, and jumping on every black dick from here, from Boston to San Francisco. I mean, I hate to be vulgar and I hate to be like in your face, but I guess that's who I am. Um, yeah, like was with a guy for 9 years who beat me. I actually have a scar in the back of my head. It's one of the reasons I started growing my hair out because I got tired of every time I got a haircut having to explain that scar. But or he put 15 staples in the back of my head, and he beat. After so long, yeah, I started fighting back. I mean, no, it wasn't like it was one way. It was one way in the beginning, but you can only take so many ass whoopings before you start fighting back. But so it was very physically volatile, and he cheated on me all the time. He was just drunk, refused to work. I mean, drank. I mean, obviously, if he wasn't working, it was my money, so I was just enabling. I was that fat white girl, you know what I mean? Oh, he don't be hitting me. I just be walking into the punches. Yeah, it was really. I mean, looking back on it, I'm like really kind of disgusted with myself that I let it go on as long as it did. But I had to learn somehow. But one of the things that I dealt with in that relationship was he almost took my life over finding his kitty porn stash, and that that really that changed me. Like I don't think I've ever quite come back from that. And I turned him in, sent him to prison, and then I love him enough to fix him. And I thought through getting thousands of dollars of therapy and loving him and not giving up on him, I could actually help him get through his issue. And that's just one of those things. Like if a person has that kind of issue, I just don't. I'm not gonna say because God can do anything, but That's one that only God can do, because pretty much any people I've known that has that issue, it's like once you go there, you don't go. It's like a point of no return. Um, but so, and the way he broke up, he left me. um, and the way he broke up with me was basically looking me in the face and saying, "You have to move out. I can't have sex with you anymore. I'm not physically attracted to you. You're not a 10-year-old boy." After 9 years of getting my ass beat on a regular basis, getting cheated on, getting all right, uh, just getting completely disrespected on every level. Um, that's the way he chose to leave me. And that very night, actually, I picked up a crack pipe and then spent the better part of a decade traveling the country and smoking crack, smoking meth, and like I said, having sex with anyone who wanted it. And yeah, it's been a long road, but I've come. God's got me. Uh, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and yeah, that's what they do. Damn narcissist. You like give your all to save them, and they give their all to destroy you. It's that paradigm, that empath narcissist paradigm. It's like yin yang. What do you mean? I don't even know these people. But I mean, but see the bad part about the guy I was with for 9 years. Like I swear, him and his family like said it. They and honestly they got my family involved too. But uh, I did completely remove myself. I mean, I fucking left the state. I was at some points 2,000 miles away from where my hometown. But somehow, some way, there was enough connections to where, because it took me a while to actually really put it together, like how fucking deep it was. But I used to have like friends and stuff like call me up, like, "Hey, where you at? Like, what's going on in the exciting world of Ricky?" And not even thinking about it. Oh, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, or I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Next thing I know, out of the blues, crystal blue sky, here comes a gorgeous black man who wants to be with me. And then it would start all over again. Like um, another guy who, "I love you, want to be with you." And through all the research and stuff that I was able to do, I was able to actually tie three of these guys back to that guy I was with for 9 years through Facebook. One was friends with his cousin, one was friends with his aunt, and then another one was friends with another one of his cousins. But they all were 1 degree away from the guy I was with for all those years. So, gang stalking that my family is fucking involved in. And then each one of these guys, well, um, I guess in certain ways the guys got better, like as far as like the physical beatings. But then the guys just like they were all married, they were all gang affiliated, they'd all been to prison, they all had kids, and they all wanted to take videos of them having sex with me. I'm like, how much sense does this make? You're on the DL, you're married, you have kids, you have like everything to lose, but yet you're bringing up the idea of recording you having sex with another man. So I'm pretty sure that something's been done to where somebody owes me a lot of money. And but I have no way of proving that. You know what I mean? Like if I could, I would. But so but they all wanted to have threesomes with females. And then I was pretty much I am not blaming no one but myself because I could definitely take responsibility for my own actions. But basically I was seduced into getting HIV. I chose not to use the condom, but it was the guy that I had been with years before. The whole way it played out, the way he came back into my life, and we rode the meth magic carpet from Indiana to Arizona, and Then he was gone out of the crystal blue sky. As quick as he came in, he was gone. And next thing I know, I had HIV. So, that was a setup. But had I not been a whore, they could have set me up. And then I feel like from that point on, they've been trying to like set me up to like get a criminal charge for Jasmine and Aladdin. That's like the third Aladdin reference I've had in like the last week. But no, like literally the state that I got it in was Massachusetts. Massachusetts does not have a duty to warn law. The state that I'm from is Indiana, and it sure as fuck does have a duty to warn law. So it was almost like, oh, gotcha. But they like it was set up to where I got it in a state to where I couldn't press charges on the guy who gave it to me. But yet, if I came home and got off on one like on a drug binge and been awake for a couple days and just didn't think about it and didn't tell a guy, even though nowadays the meds are so good that if you're on the meds, which by the way, I need to take a pill real quick, but if you're on the meds and you're undetectable, like you are not contagious and you actually will never die from HIV. So it's really, really, really controlled nowadays. If you ask me, they've got a fucking cure for it. They just don't want to give up $3,000 a month for everybody that has it. But because there's no way in hell you could tell me that they have a pill that if you have the HIV, that it keeps you from being contagious and it keeps you from dying from it. And if you don't have HIV, there's a pill that PrEP that keeps you from getting HIV. Come on now, they can't do all that and then not have a cure. There's no money in a cure. So yeah, I believe with all my heart that there's a cure for HIV, but there's no money in that. But anyways, I'll be right back. I gotta take my pill. Oh. Lovely don't dies. Freaking huge. One a day. But keeps the doctor away, right? So yeah. So then they started sending guys after me, like, I guess to test and see if I would like tell people that I have it. And I mean, I can't even lie. Like there was times I'd been awake for 3-4 days, high as shit, high as draft pussy, and I know there were some guys that I didn't tell, but it wasn't like maliciously. You know what I mean? Just like kind of like got these sex capades going on, and one guy in, one guy out, and you kind of like lose track of. Oh wait, that's a new dude. Like, oh by the way, you know what I mean? Like, it's no excuse. I'm not trying to like make light of it, but it's reality, some bullshit. There's some people I forgot to tell, and but for the most part, I was honest, and I have been. But I do think that was part of the plan was to set me up and get me a felony charge or get me sent to prison, like as payback for what getting him sent to prison for being a chomo. But because I'm an honest person, and I did what I have integrity. They weren't able to do that either. I think the last guy I was with, I think he had it when we met. I think it seemed really random, like we met randomly at a Dollar General parking lot and everything, but I'm pretty sure it was all set up. And pretty sure he was positive when I met him. And I mean, to this day, he still claims that he doesn't have anything, but I think the whole point was to try and get to blame some shit on me, like because he was one of the ones that was like, "Let's have a threesome with the girl," blah blah blah, and but I'm like, look, no offense to women, I just don't like pussy. I've tried it several times. It's just not my thing. And I really don't like threesomes either. I really, if I'm in a relationship, I like just being with that person. And so it never happened or whatnot. But I think the plan was to get me into a threesome with a girl, and for him to infect her, and then me be the patsy, me take the fall for it. Well, it never happened. So that was another failed plot. And they tried to kill me a couple times. I was kidnapped, raped, tortured for 12 hours down in Florida. Finally, I just told that guy, I was like, look, I'm done. I was like, I'm walking out that door, and if you think you're big and bad enough to stop me, then it's fine. But I'm going to fight to the death. I'm not doing this anymore. I have played Mr. Nice Guy all night long, been respectful, but I'm ready to go home, and I'm not going to spend one more minute in your fucking house. And it was a bit of a struggle, but I got away, and my heart rate was so high. You see, like I was afraid to like call the police or anything because he picked me up from my house or the property I was staying at, and I worked. I was the only non-Mexican that worked at this job, but I don't. I literally, it's narcissism. A narcissist cannot accept defeat. Like once you piss off a narcissist, you've got an enemy for life. And until they feel like they've got one over on you, they won't stop. And right now, I'm winning. So I'm still alive. You know what I mean? So I'm winning. So the narcissist hasn't gotten his fill. But so I didn't want to call the police or involve the authorities or anything because yeah, yeah, definitely. It's not funny, but it is. I mean, it's kind of gotta laugh at the shit to like get yourself through it. But I didn't want to like call the authorities or anything because like I had other coworkers, my boss, and everything that like lived on the property, and I just didn't want anyone else to get harmed because I was a whore. So when I went down to the Dollar General to call for an ambulance, um, they asked me if I needed police assistance or whatnot. I was like, no. I have HIV. I'm just really sick. I just really need just an ambulance. I was like, there's no issues. I just need an ambulance. And so luckily they don't have an ambulance because I know that dude and his gang buddies were probably watching from like because it was only like a block away, so I'm sure they could see like the parking lot. But they well, I don't know where you're at, but Florida I guess doesn't do that. Florida just sent the ambulance. But so I went to the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 9 hours because my heart rate was so high that they wouldn't release me until it got down below a certain number. They definitely are. I definitely have had some hot flashes over some police too. But I just won't fuck with a police officer because you piss off a police officer and then they can get you arrested for no reason. And I ain't playing those cat and mouse games. Done played too many with the narcissists. But yeah, so that was pretty intense down there. And then having to deal with the fact that my family can be bought, like my mom, my sister. Pretty sure my dad's involved a little bit more than what I think he is, but my mom and my sister for sure. Like they're not hidden enemies. They are completely exposed. um, my sister stole my house trailer from me last fall. My mom chased off my last boyfriend, which now knowing that he was part of the plot too. He was just one of the best actors out of all of them. But yeah, it really is. Like that's why it's been so hard. Like through this whole process, it's just you gave me life, and you literally like I was worth the price tag. Like you destroyed or tried to destroy my life, and I could have been killed. But money was worth it to you, mom. That alcohol was that important to you, which I'm pretty sure she sold me to her brothers when I was a kid for alcohol. So it's not like the first time she's done some shit like that. But anyways, my sister and my mom They tried to get me arrested. Um, oh, I'm pretty sure they already are because even though it hasn't come come full swing yet, it's close enough to their karma to where they know it's here and they know there's nothing they can do. But and that's the other part of it is just like not a one of them except my ex. He's actually said he's sorry. I'm just talking about my story. I was told I should get a trusted friend or a trusted family member to cry out, like cry it out. And I was like, well, I don't trust my family, and I don't really have anyone I consider friends, and I'm not paying a therapist, so I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel. um, but like my mom literally came over to my house, drunk as fuck, like tried to bust her way into my house, and when I asked her to leave and wouldn't let her in, she goes and calls the police next door, and they bring the police out. They bring well, actually, it's my name's not Ricky, but it's kind of homage to my cousin who passed away 10 years ago. His name was Ricky, so it's kind of why I picked it. My middle name is Rick is in my middle name, so it is partly, I guess, my name, but it was more so paying homage to my cousin who passed away. Um, but so my mom calls the police. The fire truck comes out. The ambulance comes out. Like police, all this shit. She's like screaming in the middle of this public parking lot. You fucking faggot! You piece of shit! Like as loud as she could. So the police talked to my roommate's niece and me and my roommate, and finally get the story. Like all of us are saying the same thing. My mom doesn't live there, but we all live there, and so through the whole time I'm talking to the cop, I was like, "You fucking faggot! You piece of shit!" The cop's like, "Ruth, shut up, or you'll go to jail." And so finally, I think the cop wound up taking her home, but didn't do nothing to her, nothing, and it was a. I'm sorry to hear that because it's. I mean, I laughed like as a defense mechanism, but it's not funny. And then 2 days later, my sister and a couple other people hooked up a truck to my house trailer that was on my mom's property and just took it away. And the police refused to do a report because it was on private property and there was no one, and I didn't see them do it, so there was nothing they could do about it. $10,000, nothing I could do about it. That was a hard one to swallow. I just don't understand how people, mothers, can be like that. It's like you want to talk about that 9 months I was inside of you, and I mean how the glories of birth and the wonders of child birthing, but then you raise the kid and then you just deem, oh, whatever that kid makes in life, I can take it from him whenever I want to. What the fuck? So is mine. Hey, my mom used to be able to drink 3, 4 days solid without sleeping at all. It was so funny. She and me and my sister, this is how we I love you too, Des. Oh, hugs back. I wish I could hug. I haven't had a hug in a while. Well, I guess it's not been that long, but it feels like it's been a long time. But now, me and my sister, like when we were kids, we always knew how when my mom was drunk. Because she would start out holding her cup, and then the more she drank, the pinky would come out. And when her pinky was like this, completely wasted. That was me and my sister's. I was our clue. Mom's wasted. Let's go. We can get away with anything. You know what's crazy? Um, my ex that left, like that my mom chased off last fall. He came back. He's been back like once a month for like the last 3 months, and I'm pretty sure it's just to like figure out what all I know. Um, and what's the boss? Um, but every time he comes back, it's just not him. I'm like, that's not the guy I spent the last 2 summers with. Like, I'm like, is he a fucking clone? This point, I wish I had some ruby slippers. There's no place like home. Well, actually, there's anywhere but home. I'll take anywhere but home. Ruby slippers, fly me away, or flying monkeys, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it's one bad habit I still have, but I've calmed down a lot and I've given up a lot. So I'm not. I'm proud of myself still. It's actually kind of funny because they say like in the eye of the storm or whatever. And do you actually live in Kansas? I heard Kansas has aqua bluegrass. That's interesting to me. I think I've driven through Kansas, but like it's not one of the states I've spent a lot of time in. I've been pretty much across the entire continental U.S. Spent a lot of time in Florida, California, from Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, New England, New York, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, I love Massachusetts. Massachusetts is my favorite, outside of the fact that that's where I contracted HIV. But I really love Massachusetts. Um, it's just something that's just so beautiful about that state. What part? Like, are you by like Springfield area, Boston area? Um, I'm down for any road trip. Ouch! I got to the point to where like I was so used to traveling, like it's hard for me to stay in one place too long. But now I'm like trying to get. I'm trying to like get, I guess, rooted and maybe actually like start a family. I don't know. I mean, I guess I kind of like have to like girls first, but um, no, I definitely wanted to sprout some roots, and I literally I was so bummed about it. The entire summer I was up there, I went to Boston 3 times, and all 3 times it was to go straight to the airport and straight back out. And if you know how like the Boston Turnpike or Mass Turnpike is, like it straight takes you straight into the airport and straight back out. So like I didn't see anything else. I would definitely live in New England. I love Florida. I mean, I'm the only thing about New England is the cold. Like I just don't like the cold winters, but they're really not too much. They're not so bad, I guess. Too so much worse than Indiana. I don't. That's the only state I didn't get to was Maine. I've been to uh, most of the time I was in Massachusetts, but I spent a lot of time in Rhode Island, Connecticut, just a little bit of time in New Hampshire and Vermont, and I never made it to Maine. But I hear Maine's the most beautiful state up there. But for me, Massachusetts just hit it. I just fell in love. I spent more time like in Worcester, like Worcester, Southbridge, that area. Uh, Hall is that how you pronounce it? Hall. I loved Hall. Like it's just nice little touristy town, but it just had a very beautiful beach. Yeah, Cocoa Beach in Florida, one of my favorite places. Have you ever been to Musquamacut Beach in Rhode Island? I really enjoyed that beach too. Providence, I would definitely live in Providence. I enjoyed Providence a lot. Pretty much anywhere in Florida. Like I mean, if it's got a Florida address, I'm down because there's really nowhere in Florida you can be and be more than an hour away from the beach. Like I spent most of the time like, that I lived down there, I was in like, either downtown Orlando or in the suburbs of Orlando, and literally it was nothing to get up on Saturday morning and drive either east or west, and within an hour you're at a beach. I mean, they can happen here. I mean, they can happen anywhere. Fire, tornadoes. What? I'm live.
My grandpa wants you to get you a pop.
Oh, like you wants me to go to the store now? Um,
Hi guys.
nephew, Jesse. If you ever see in my readings with the wall, it says Jesse. That's his wall. Well, we're gonna take a full trip, guys. Oh. Hey, don't you come in here messing with my stuff. My cards, my Bible, or any of that. Oh. So, what? You leave? Well, right now, 5. I had 10. Okay. Oh, no, why don't you stay here with your friend? Say hi to Dad. I'm live on YouTube, Dad.
Here, Jesse.
Alright, so yeah, I definitely would go back to New England. New York City too. I love Manhattan. Like I spent summer 2020 actually in Manhattan, and I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna say COVID was fake, but it was not what they told us, and it definitely was man-made. I had a whole show I did on my Oh, thank you. COVID, and through all of you I had, only 2 of them knew somebody who had it, and one of them actually knew somebody who died. But they didn't live in the city; they lived in London. So, we're sitting here like watching it on the TV, like Manhattan is this like third world country, like post apocalyptic war zone. People just being thrown into mass graves, and the National Guard is in Midtown, and they just made it seem like it was horrible. And that's not the experience I had at all when I was there. Now, great, I get the like hard, like the COVID was like March, April, like, but I was there July, August, so it wasn't that far off. And I even interviewed this guy, or well, I guess she she was it was a transvestite, but she went by she, and she was like, there was no hospital tents in Central Park. She was like, I was in Central Park every day. That was a lie. Um, it was just the media hyped it up. It was all a fear tactic. It was a worldwide science experiment. Is exactly what the fuck it was. And they wanted to see how much pressure they could apply to us, and um, how much we would tolerate, like before we start fighting back. You know, why the hell else do you think they spoon fed us all that money? Like, oh, well, we ain't gotta go to work, and you're gonna give us money. Okay, I'll stay in my house and shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, it was a way of keeping us quiet. Yeah, I mean, and they've actually since admitted that they actually created it in the lab. I mean, the COVID virus was created in the Wuhan lab. Um, and then the doctors that came out and were talking about why are we being bribed or threatened with our jobs if we don't write down that people died of COVID when they actually had like a car accident. Like, I can only imagine what. I'm born in 1982, and I watched this thing a couple years back that basically was like a mock, like a fictional story of a girl who was born in 1982, and I think her lifespan was like 88 years, or maybe they actually went 100, but and it showed everything she experienced in her life, and it just blows me away that um, exactly we're not that stupid, and that I think it's why they stopped because, all right, so you know how like everybody was like COVID was up, don't go anywhere, 12 feet, 12 feet, 6 feet, 6 feet, and then George Floyd riots were that summer, like just 2.5 months after everyone was like, "Oh my God, gotta wear a mask, can't leave my house," and then here we are, tens of thousands of people, hand in hand, elbow to elbow, half the people not even wearing masks. Just 4 months later, not even 4 months later, and where was the COVID spike numbers? I mean, like there was no influx in numbers at all over the summer 2020. But then come Thanksgiving, and it's time to go to grandma's house, where you might have 8 to 10 family members together. Don't go to grandma's house. You'll kill her. Because they didn't want us all together. It was all about keeping us separated and keeping us in fear. If tens of thousands of people can march the streets of every major city across the world, because it wasn't just the United States, it was across the world. If tens of thousands of people can march day in and day out for, 3-4 weeks, and no influx in COVID, that make it make sense. I swear. Hey, so but, your personal opinion with being a nurse, wearing a mask for 8 hours, like continuously, that's more hazardous than it is helpful, right? I mean, I would think so. And not only that, because you breathe in out all those toxins and they just get trapped in the mask. So if you're wearing it constantly, you're just breathing back in the toxins that you breathed out. You know how bad?
Yeah, I want that.
What the heck? There you go. But this man right here has had 9 heart attacks. He's got cancer. Well, not cancer, but COPD, and he had COVID. And it was just like a very intense virus, flu. But I mean, I'm not saying, and I'm not trying to take away from anyone who did pass from it, but it just was not as deadly as they wanted us to think it was. Unless I just really do have like the Superman dad. Yeah, it just. Yes. It's like every 8 to 10 years they come out with something just to see. They're trying to make us China, because the Chinese, they,
Yeah.
and the vaccines was definitely a part of it too.
Sorello or whatever the fuck they're called.
Yeah, 2 sodas and
Back in Marlboro.
But every 8 to 10 years they come out with something to see how that much they can control the mass population, because China, like anytime they deem national health hazard or whatever, the Chinese will go out and mask or whatever. Like they don't question it, because it's just the way their culture is. But they're really trying to turn us into that. And I definitely am all about the common good, helping my fellow man. But we are a democracy, and there are certain rights that we get as a democracy, and I don't think they should be trampled on. And I just definitely think we should. Oh, sorry. But there's just certain things I feel like we should have a choice in, and that's one of them. Just like the Patriot Act, it took away all privacy. We signed away our right to privacy. That I have one on my screen. And they scared us into that too with 9/11. But it's all about fear and propaganda, and to see how easily we will fall for whatever they tell us to do. I hope like you don't think I'm judging anyone. I'm not. Um, I just I believe in free speech and the the pursuit of happiness and like freedom. Like I mean, that was one of our birthrights as American citizens, and like they're trying to take it away from us, but like slap a little gold sticker on our chest. It's like, no, you're an American. You're free, but you gotta wear a mask. You gotta do this. You can't have a gun. Where's the freedom in that? Freedom comes with choice. Now, I wore the mask a lot. Like, I mean, especially like when I was in public and stuff. I mean, I just had a respect for other people, but I still really believe that there should have been a choice and not a mandate. So, somebody threw a question out there. I don't know. Anybody want to know anything about me? And don't ask about my double chin, okay? My hands are full. See that? I have a real issue with that too, because the random shootings now are becoming so consistent. You almost can't even call them random anymore. And I really think that's a part of them trying to scare us into giving up our second amendment right. I know that's really harsh to say, considering people lose their lives, but I do think it's set up by the government. A pack of Marlboro Red in a box and the 3 for 99 zigzag. All right, well, I don't care. It's not for me. Sure. Yeah, I agree. It's out of hand, but we also have to like take responsibility for the people that we vote into office too, because they are basically offering up our children as sacrifice in order to get their agenda passed. Like some of the that I was in Florida when that one shooting happened down in southern Florida, and the one of the kids that was in that shooting, he was also in the Boston massacre, um, the Boston Marathon massacre, and so it's like, really, you're gonna try and tell me that this kid just happened to be at both locations during one of like the most tragic things that's ever happened? Um, I don't know. It's really hard to say, but it's not hard to like get people who want to be on camera and be actors. Hey, we'll pay you $500 to go stand right there and then tell that you saw a psychomaniac pull out 10 guns and shoot this way and that way, and you saw this guy go down. And I mean, have you guys ever seen scripted news? Like literally, you can go on YouTube and type in scripted news, and literally you will see networks across the entire country, word for word, verbatim, the same exact stories. They there's 6 people or 6 conglomerates that run the entire world's media. So basically, 6 people determine what we see and what we hear. It's all scripted. It's just sad to me, like, because back in the day, like journalists and stuff, like they took oaths, like doctors and lawyers and judges, like they took oaths to like only report the truth, and now it's just like people report whatever. Anyone my age remember when the internet first came out? It's like it has to be true. It's on the internet. Remember when we had that innocence to us? It can't. It has to be true. It's on the internet. Those days are gone. They literally like the age of deception. Dial up. But ever since like computers and internet, everything can be distorted and twisted and manipulated into whatever they want it to be. That's like why I still have my book, like my hardback Bible. I don't like the app because anything that's digital can be switched one day to the next. And I know that there's a lot of people that have integrity and that do like look out for stuff like that. But I just prefer to stick to the written copy because that can't be changed. You know what I mean? Like once it's in there, it's in there. Actually, there's a tribe of a Jewish tribe over in Africa that they still write their Torah is still written in stone. Yeah, he's just coughing. Smoker's cough. Yeah, they let us see what they approve. Yeah, exactly. It's just like I don't know how many if any of you guys like watched the George Floyd shooting, but literally or not shooting the cops and George Floyd. Literally, the girl that was filming it, the minute she said he can't breathe or he stopped breathing, his body went lifeless and he never moved again. And it was like it was scripted. It's unreal. I still think to this day that George Floyd and that cop were off on some island together drinking mojitos, probably down at Mar-a-Lago, hidden away drinking mojitos and like watching all of us going because they knew we were going to do that. That they knew we would do it, and that's exactly what they wanted us to do. That we gave them the exact response that they were looking for. It was just we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. That song is so true. What
Was there any change?
Oh yeah, it's in my pocket, man. I sit down the hands. But I mean, if you really listen to the lyrics of that song and Billy Joel, "We Didn't Start the Fire," that shit's fucking true. I mean, like literally, ever since Eve decided to bite into that apple or that fruit, the fire's been burning ever since. I do too. I really like that song, but it's because it speaks truth.
That ain't funny. What did you know was funny about that?
Home sweet home. Damn, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys bleed because of it, so I mean, you should really be upset about it. I know you're not going in there. For what? Oh,
Because he don't want his mom to know you guys.
well, I was going in there. Uh, so I'm feeling a little bit better now. So if anybody wants like a 3-card reading, I'll do it. Free publicity. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Oh my God, Grandpa, I can't do it.
Go in the truck.
I won't let me.
So, all right. So, hands, 3-card reading. That's kids for you. Always want to be in the way. A CG it is. Give me a 3-card message for CG. Wish fulfillment. With the King of Pentacles. You got some kind of wish coming in. Like, it's just that early teenage angst. But so you got a wish coming in, an answered prayer or something coming in before the end of May. It could have to do with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it could have to do with the wealthy man. But it's something you've been wanting for a long time. And no, not another kid. My oldest niece, she's got 2 babies herself, and what is it with these Tauruses? Like, I mean, do we all have an angry Taurus? But my niece, she's got 2 of her own babies now, and her older one, she's my favorite. Her youngest one will cry when I walk in the room. I'm like, baby, what'd I do? Too much money. That's never an issue. When is too much money ever an issue? It's definitely real happiness, though. Maybe the wish fulfillment is, are you single? Did we talk about this already? Sorry. I'm really getting to know everyone. But, I mean, he's like, is he the one that's in jail? Sorry, not to throw your business out there, but I swear, I swear. If I know you, CG, I'm going to knock you out. But this King of Pentacles could actually be a guy coming in and being your wish fulfillment. If you're dating my Taurus, actually, I would just be like, good luck. No, I really care about him. A lot of things got in the way. That wasn't his fault. Wasn't my fault. But his little lying trickery was his fault. Okay, so I'm going to go with desire. No. It's one of the things I'm really happy that God gave me the kind of heart that I have, because I don't really hold resentment or grudges. I mean, now, when the situation first happens, I got to process some shit and I got to cry some shit out. But I usually let go of things pretty quickly. And I may not want you in my everyday life, but I'm not going to hold a grudge and, wish bad things on you either. I could have sworn. So, let's go. Are you for real? London is literally one of my dream places I want to go before I die. Did we already talk about this? Is that what? Yes, I would love to go to London. London and Egypt. No Tauruses. Tauruses could stay back at the ranch. Well, one Taurus could go. There would be one Taurus I would let go if I was ever given the honor of meeting her. Kelly Clarkson. Definitely that Taurus I would go anywhere with. Okay, so Desiree. Or Desire. I don't know why you want to call you Desiree. Give me a short message for Desire. I guess love is in the air. 2 of Cups. Your soulmate's coming in too. And you see it's a different deck, so. Rainbows are significant for you though. And are you an artist? Because if you're not, they are. But I feel like you guys are both gonna like but I definitely think if you're not both like painters or like artists like with your hands, like one or both, you guys are both in the art industry on some level, whether it's entertainment, or the performing arts, or it's if you're not a painter, your soulmate is. I'm gonna bet money on that. But there's gonna be the connection you share. It's going to be musician. Let's just say when you guys take it to that level, you're gonna create art. I need a passport too. Actually, I really see. I knew what I was talking about. Well, when he lays that brush on you, he's gonna paint too. But yeah, I gotta stop bullshit and get my passport because I know I'm gonna be using it here. God's been telling me that for like a year now. Get your passport. You're gonna be doing worldwide travel, and I just keep postponing it. I think I'm like a little scared. Like, as much as I want to go to London and Egypt and stuff, like I almost went to jail in Canada, and that freaked me the fuck out. But I was in college, and well, you see how my mouth runs now, and this is the calm down, Ricky. 20 years ago, my mouth wouldn't stop. When's the best season for London? Like Windsor? No jail for me either. No, no. I got lucky. And I still to this day don't understand how those police knew it was me that said it. But we were standing in line downtown Windsor, like the bar district, and well, I mean, I was just wondering like when the rainy season is because I don't really want to go during the rainy season. But me and a fraternity brother of mine, I'm sun sign Capricorn, moon sign Aries, rising Capricorn, and Venus Aquarius. But we were downtown in the bar district of Windsor, Ontario, and literally the line to get in the bar is like halfway around the block, and there was like this group of cops, and the bouncers like threw out these two guys, like threw them out of the bar, and then these cops, their billy clubs, start beating these guys up, and I'm like, that's bullshit. That's police brutality, and I don't know how, but one of those cops turned right around and looked right at me and he said, "You get out of here now." And my friend brother was like, "Sorry, we're from the States. Isn't any better?" And he's like, "You tell your friend to go back to the States." I was scared to go anywhere out of the country ever again. I I do not want to know like what the bail would be on that shit. Six of Wands. You got a success coming. It could be a recognition at work. Could be. Um, you could be getting some recognition on your art, unless you are and also into performing arts. But it's definitely some kind of recognition that you're going to be getting here soon. And it could just be like this, your partner coming in and like you showing him your work and stuff, and him like really being impressed by you. I definitely think that he's into the arts as well. If he's not a painter, he's definitely a musician, probably a drummer. Anybody else want a 3-card reading? Come on, there's three more of you out there. Who wants to go next? Your partner could be a Leo. Or you're a Leo. Did I get that right? Desire. Are you by any chance a Leo, Desire? All right, lucky number 7. Whoever just popped into the chat, you're getting a reading. So the last person to come on. The readings that I'm doing right now, I'm just doing 3 cards. I'm doing it for free, so you guys can like get an idea. My accuracy is on point. Wait, Mystic Eye and Desire, are you guys together? I love Leos. Like, I really thought my twin was a Leo forever. Now I'm kind of thinking, even though we're not doing so hot right now. All right, so I was told that by a psychic, I was told that my twin was a Leo. But me and him had a falling out, and that like literally not even a week after we and him had that right on, I'm a life past 6. But not even a week after me and the Leo fell out, I met the Taurus. And literally, me and the Taurus have had the textbook twin relationship. Thank you, Mystic. 3 cards for Mystic. You're deciding a direction to go in life. You've been at a fork in the road and you're deciding. What are you again, CG? What's your sun? Those fire moons. I'm an Aries moon. Which is so funny to me. Like, because I really didn't get into birth charts and stuff like that until the last couple of years. And the guy I dated for 9 years, he was an Aries, and I'm a Cap. So I was like, never again. Capricorn and Aries do not mix. And then to find out that I'm a Capricorn sun and an Aries moon really was just pretty it was pretty hilarious to me. All right, so back to Mystic. You've been at a crossroads or like at a fork in the road, and you've now chosen the direction you want to go. You're going to be getting help by people that you respect and admire when it comes to career and business here soon. If you're not already actually talking with people that you, that's a scary combination. Scorpio and Cancer. Well, I mean, in the love vibrating. Yeah, Aries moon. Whatever this is coming in, though, it's what you've always wanted. Like, you made the right decision in the choice that you made. It is going to bring in ultimate, like, emotional fulfillment. So it's probably going to fit well with your family. Probably have weekends off. Your schedule will be really nice. The money will be really nice. And it'll give you a lot of family time. And if you are in a relationship now, expect for that to get really, like, who are you? Who is you? But expect for your relationship to really strengthen in the coming months. It's going to get stronger than it's ever been. And you guys might even actually help each other out with whatever this job is or this new venture that you've chosen. Of course I'm invited. I'm the bride. No, I'm just kidding. Wouldn't be surprised though. All these people like stalkers under fake profiles. I'm ready. I don't even care. Like, I mean, I've had all the fuck ups I can take. I've learned every lesson you can learn. I am ready for real love. I'm ready for love. And one final card for Mystic. Gotta let go of the past. You're still harboring some kind of a heartbreak. You're still like, there's a piece of your heart that's still holding on to something from the past that you might not even recognize it. Honestly, it might be so deep down, but there's a heartbreak you suffered in the past that you're still holding on to, and you need to let that go so you can fully heal. And it's probably so deep down, like you probably don't even you're not even consciously aware of it. It could be a first love type shit. If you're Kelly Clarkson, I swear to God. There is something from your past that's really bothering you still. The Nine of Swords came out right after the Eight of Cups. Did you maybe make a spectacular move at one point and you haven't forgiven yourself for it? It's time to balance that out. Let's see. Oh, it's not working, but it says heal rifts. Northern Cal or Southern Cal? Did you say abandonment? Is that it? I love you too. But Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, so you're ready for love. But that's just something that you don't you don't need to carry with you. And like I said, I feel like it's so deep down you don't even realize you're carrying it still. I think we all have that way of pushing shit to the depths of our soul to where we don't have to deal with it. That inner child bullshit. The famous guy from your past. Why would why don't you think you could trust him? Most of my time in California was in Northern Cal. I was homeless in Fresno for 2 months, and then I spent a little time in San Francisco. I was in Los Angeles for an hour, mostly over. Okay. Now Anaheim, that's like I wouldn't really call it a suburb of San Francisco, but it's in the Bay Area, right? Or am I completely off? Virgo or the Leo? Well, which one were you thinking about going with? Oh, okay, yeah. You know, something else I always wanted to like see when I was the whole time I was in California and didn't get a chance to. Um, the Windsor mansion. I've always been fascinated by Sarah Winchester. Uh, yeah, Winchester Mansion. Sorry, I did not mean to say Windsor. Still on the Canadian tip. Like, I just it fascinates me that she truly believed that as long as that house stayed in constant construction, she'd never die. All right, that's why I've heard of Anaheim before. Leos. I mean, uh, they're so touchy. Some some Leos are really needy. I love roller skating. Actually, I haven't been in a long time. I used to go every Friday and Saturday night. Can you trust the Virgo? Me personally, I don't fuck with Virgos. Sorry, no offense to Virgos out there, but I just had Virgos literally get insanely like want to be me, jealous, like, and literally I've had one try to take me out. So Virgos scare me. I would say Capricorns and Taurus are more blunt, are more up forthcoming with their feelings than Virgos are. Are we still here? What happened? Did I lose everybody? Oh, come on, man. Oh, there we are. Okay. I don't know why everybody went away. Let me ask the cards. Can Mystic trust the Virgo? I don't know. But I mean, if you're looking for a wild and crazy time, I would go with the Virgo. But the Virgo is going to be juggling you with somebody else. What is going on with my stuff? Like, it says I'm still live, but I don't see anybody and I don't see any comments. Hello. Damn technology. All right, well, if you can hear this, Mystic, if you're still here, Virgo, if you're looking for a wild, crazy, like experience, yes. If you're looking for monogamy and a trustworthy long-term relationship, they're just not there yet. They're still juggling what they want. This sucks. I guess I'll give it a couple more seconds, and now I'm just gonna like cut it out. Really, it's a bummer though. I was having fun. My counter's still going and everything, but I'm not seeing any chat, and the people watching and the likes aren't showing either. I'm gonna sign off and sign back in.